Welcome back, my duelist friends, casual duelists. Happy Saturday. It's time for a tech analysis. And you know what? It's actually one, I may have already done this one, but you know what? It's such a good one. I want to do it again if I have. We're going to talk about the Lair of Darkness. Now, Lair of Darkness is crazy. Now, if you guys saw the deck earlier this week, we fused the Lair of Darkness with the Fang of Critias. We played a couple viruses. We played 3 of the 4 different Critias Dragon fusions. And I think we did a great job of building something that's not just kind of budget, but also pretty effective at doing its jobs. And one of the reasons is because of the effects of this spell card alone. So let's get into the effects. We'll get you guys some pricing, and then we'll talk over what it does. So it is a field spell, which means first and foremost, we are able to search it out with Terraforming Metaverse and Planet Pathfinder. Depending on your playstyle, you may run one or more of these. Additionally, all face-up monsters on the field become dark. Once per turn, if you attribute a monster that you control to activate a card effect, you may attribute a dark monster that the opponent controls, even though you do not control it. Remembering, we just changed all monsters on the field to dark. Additionally, once per turn during the end phase, special summon as many torment tokens, that'd be these little guys right here, with all the stats that you see here, equal to the number of monsters that were attributed for effects this turn, while this card was face up. And so again, pretty fantastic stuff, right? And it's not that expensive a card. So depending on which variant you want, we can get you as less than $1 for a playset. From the Egyptian God deck, that was the Slifer variant. The structure deck copies that I'm using, 29 cents to $1.50. At maximum gold, had you with a ultra rare, 10 to 25 cents a copy. So legit, I am playing like the most expensive variant of it, but even that is less than $5 for an entire set at the most. So again, pretty affordable. Especially since a lot of the cards that go around it, if you bought the structure deck, you've already got some of them. Those cards would be things like Lilith, the Lady of Lament. She came in the same structure deck, and again, she allows you to tribute dark monsters, to reveal traps, try to playing traps. So again, when we were playing, we were able to just, show crush cards and decked heavies, and look at the opponent and be like, well, look, this is going to happen, but it's going to be that you pick one and it's going to happen randomly, and you're not sure which of these viruses is going to occur. So that was good. The Duke Shade is a great card. You got that with the structure deck. He's not very expensive. And again, he lets you pseudo kaiju, and the fact that instead of me placing the card on the opponent's side of the field, I get to keep it. And it doesn't matter what my opponent's deck is. I get to keep it because I'm tributing a dark from their side. So again, that's fantastic. Again, with the Crush card, the deck Devastation Virus, the fact that we're able to activate them both in like the same round. If you combine, Tour Guide with Lilith, you're able to do this. You're able to take cards from the opponent's side of the field, do all the things that you want. Even the main deck card Arima, he was able to really help out with this, allowing us to either search or draw. And again, the only search in this last build was for Duke Shade, so drawing is just what we were going to do more often anyway. And then generically, it was just better. And another big thing that we were able to do was, and these guys were still on the table, was super polymerization to Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Because again, it doesn't matter what my opponent's playing. They're playing dark by the time we get here. So we're able to super poly, snap up their side, and immediately go into our own Starving Venom. And again, this was able to shut down some pretty extensive loops because they just didn't have the backup plays or the extenders to go through. And another card that I should have dug out, and if you guys wanted to talk more sideboard while playing Lair of Darkness, could be Goes and Match. Again, Goes and Match is kind of weaker in this aspect because, again, dark is an attribute that does get played quite a bit in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not like I changed everything to water or wind or even fire, things that maybe don't see as much play as light and dark tend to. And in that aspect, Goes and Match is more of like a soft lock, but could still stop quite a few plays from occurring. And again, there's other cards that do require monsters to be tributed to activate card effects. So again, you got to think. And again, I'm kind of spacing on them right now because I didn't do the good amount of homework I normally do. But I know that there's more viruses. You guys could cite in the, I want to say it was Eradicator Epidemic virus. Allows you to go after spells or traps. And again, you're just going to declare spells the way that the game is right now. And it's monsters 2,500 or more. But again, it's going to be dark. We can take one of our opponent's boss monsters as they're getting ready to square up with us. Since it's a tribute, it's already off the field, so it can't really respond to the effect. That will be okay. The Gritting Grave virus was an option. That's something that we didn't exactly fully go through with here. But again, there's a ton of options that we could do. I'm not sure, but I think there's a couple monsters that in order to summon, we do need to snack a monster from the field. And if we do that, and it's fried by the effective, very similar to Duke Shade, we can also do that from the opponent's side of the field as well. So again, just a very good card altogether. And you know what? Let me kind of give up the secret of one thing I want to do for next week. Another thing we could do is, I don't know if I was going to play it in Amorphages. While this is in the scales, it does say once per turn we have to tribute a monster card or destroy this, which means that Lair of Darkness would allow us during our standby phases to tribute an opponent's monster to keep our floodgate skills active. So maybe I'm going to do that. Maybe I'm not, guys. I don't know. You guys will just have to tune in next week and see whether or not that's what's going to happen. Hopefully, you guys have been making your votes on which speed duel deck you guys wanted to see first of the four newest ones, since we finished with the 3-time structure battles this last weekend. So guys, get it in, and maybe I still have enough time to change my mind to build the one that you want. So with that said, I hope that you guys have an excellent start to your weekend, and until tomorrow, you guys have a great day. Hopefully I'll get to see you guys later. Peace.